Welcome to Doom Scrollin'. Folks, what we're witnessing right now in Washington, D.C. isn't just politics as usual. This is something far more orchestrated, far more sinister than the mainstream media wants you to believe. While they're spinning this as routine law enforcement, I'm looking at the numbers, the timeline, the coordination, and let me tell you, this has all the hallmarks of a massive federal takeover disguised as public safety. Nearly 2,000 National Guard troops are flooding into our nation's capital right now. Think about that number. 1,900 armed military personnel patrolling American streets. And here's where it gets interesting. More than half of these troops are coming from Republican-led states. Mississippi's sending 300 to 400 skilled personnel with, quote, mission-essential equipment. West Virginia, Ohio, Tennessee, Louisiana, all mobilizing simultaneously like some kind of pre-planned chess move. Governor Reeves of Mississippi said, quote, "Crime is out of control there and it's clear something must be done to combat it." But here's what they're not telling you. D.C.'s murder rate is actually lower than Jackson, Mississippi by 4 times, lower than Memphis by triple, lower than New Orleans by double. So why exactly are these states claiming D.C. needs their help when their own cities are statistical war zones? The timeline here is absolutely crucial. Back in August, Trump announced this National Guard deployment. By October, boots were already on the ground. That's not reactive policy, folks. That's coordinated planning months in advance. And now we're seeing the real implementation with Vice President Vance and Defense Secretary Hegseth personally visiting troops at Union Station just this Wednesday. This isn't crowd control. This is occupation. But wait, it gets darker. 175 Guard members are joining a specialized ICE training program that gives them authority to carry out federal immigration functions. Translation: they're creating a hybrid military police force with expanded powers that bypasses traditional law enforcement structures. And Attorney General Pam Bondi? She's appointed the head of the DEA as, quote, emergency police commissioner. Emergency powers, military authority, federal control. Sound familiar? The D.C. police force has been federalized. Let that sink in. Local law enforcement answering to federal command while ICE and Homeland Security agents operate checkpoints on 14th Street with their faces covered, detaining American citizens. An armored military vehicle already collided with a civilian car less than a mile from the Capitol, trapping someone inside who had to be extracted by emergency responders. Louisiana's governor called this an, quote, invaluable partner in the important undertaking, while bragging about their new F-35 aircraft that arrived at Jacksonville Air National Guard Base in July. 5th-generation air power ready for, quote, potential future conflicts. Future conflicts against who exactly? Foreign enemies or domestic resistance? Chicago's mayor is already pushing back, saying, quote, "We have grave concerns about the impact of any unlawful deployment of National Guard troops," and warning about, quote, inflaming tensions between residents and law enforcement. Even local officials can see what's happening here. This isn't about crime statistics or public safety. This is about testing federal military deployment in major American cities. West Virginia's Morrissey doesn't even need legislative approval to send troops to the nation's capital. Think about that power structure. State military forces mobilizing without democratic oversight, funded at the federal level, operating under emergency authorities with expanded police powers and military equipment designed for warfare scenarios. The pattern is undeniable. Coordinated deployment, federalized command structure, hybrid military police authority, emergency powers, and advanced military hardware, all converging on American cities under the guise of law and order. Whether this is preparation for some larger cosmic disruption that requires absolute control, testing ground for nationwide implementation, or simply the consolidation of power we've been warning about, the infrastructure for total federal military control of American cities is being built right now in real time, while most people are distracted by surface-level political theater. This has been Doom Scrollin'. Thanks for watching.